Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a lovely bag using the friendly Hello paper and stamp set that you can get free during celebration. So that is ending this month. And you get, I mean, I've only got one sheet here, but you do get the full pack of paper and the stamp set free with an order of £90 or €120. And like I say, that ends this month. So I'm taking an opportunity to show you a project using it. Now, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to stamp my bird and my words because I didn't last time and we had a little bit of bleeding. So that bird and the words. So I'm going to get that on first. Is that going to be big enough? Not quite. We'll go that way. And then my words. And I'm going to use the memento because I want to do some blends work. I do feel that this bird could go up or slightly down. I mean, it could go a bit more like that or it could go very like that. How have I done it? I've done it very vertical that way. I'm going to make it a little more down on this one, just so we can see what it looks like slightly differently. And then my words, and oh, that's me putting my hair in front of the camera. You have my love and support. So I'm going to pop that to one side. That's going to fully dry off. That was a piece of 3x3 inch paper, 7.5 by 7.5 centimeters. Right. Let's come to this paper. So a lot of it is this very soft colour, but 3 or 4 of the sheets have got black, and I really wanted the black outline. It just called to me black outline. So I'm going with the full sheet, 12 by 12 inches, because, you know, it's free, why not? And if you work in metric, leave it at 30.5 by 30.5. Now, this has kind of got birds the right way and the wrong way, but they're kind of all over the place. So I'm not overly worried which direction. So I'm going to come back to the original side, which I've now lost, and score it at 2 inches, 5 3/4, 7 3/4, and 11.5, and that's all in inches. And in metric, it's 5, 14, 19, and 28. Turn it to the side and score it at 2 inches and 9 inches. Again, in metric, that's 5 and 23. And actually, I always forget. I should tell you right at the beginning. The size of it, 2 inches by 3 3/4 by 7 to that point, which is 5 by 9 by 18. Okay, oops, and it fell over. So I'm going to burnish my score lines. I need to feel for them. I tend not to push too hard when I'm scoring. The last thing you want to do is go through paper, even if it is free paper. You don't want to go through the paper, so I tend to score quite gently, and then I use my bone folder to really get the good impression. And there we go. So that's everything burnished. So you can see, I'm hoping you can see, let me stand and look at the camera. We've got a shorter bit and a longer bit. So this shorter is the bottom and that's the top. And over here I've got a thin bit. I wonder if you can see it a little better there. I've got a thin section there. I'm going to remove that and then cut up the other score lines. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit at the top to mitre a little. And I'm going to cut that away. There we go. So that's all separated. And that's how we're going to form the base of the box. So tear and tape all along here. And then just fold it over, and then fold. I'm actually going to, because I folded in the sides first and then the back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in the back, then the sides. That's not going to work. let's just put a little bit of tape on there and tape on there. It's because I do it at speed. Take the backing off these bits. I would if it would let go. And fold those round. Not worrying that it's not sticking at this point because I'm going to come in with my long ruler and then fold. That is the front. And then you can actually put your hand all the way down in and just make sure it's all sealed at the bottom. There we go. Right, so we've got a score line here, and that's where you put your fingers at that point. Now, you could seal it there. I've done many a bag that is sealed at that point, and you can see the opening. But actually, this time around, I'm going to pinch all the way to the top. I'm just walking my fingers up, and then I'm going to fold it over to get that shape. Because it's different. Look, I've got an upside down bird there, not to worry. And then I've got a brand new roll of this stuff. I get through so much of this glittered ribbon. There we go. I think this must be about like roll 15 or something like that. So much of it. And cut a whole load off, and I'm not worried about where the position of the bow is at this stage. I'm going to worry about that in a minute. Particularly as it's going to end up upside down. Oh, it could have been worse. It's sort of semi-sideways-ish. So let's trim off the end. And just get it into a position I fancy, so like that. Right, so that's that. We're at that stage now. So now it's about the colouring. So I don't know how I'm going to zoom in off my phone. Ooh, probably not very well. Oh look, I can do that. Ooh. Okay, so blends, and I'm going to go with Fresh Freesia. No, I'm not. I'm going to change my mind because, you know, I can. Pool Party for my flowers. And then, shall I have a little pink bird? No, a little pink bird. No idea what you can see. Okay, right. So, as long as I don't move this, we'll be all good. So, that's the dark of Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just scribbling. A little bit more dark there. A little bit more dark there. Oh, did that move? Can you still see? Okay, you can. That's good. And I'm just going over it. Just keep building up. And come in again if you want, a little bit more. And that is quite cute, I think. Slightly simpler with the flowers. I'm going to start dark in the middle and then come over with the light. Not to the edges, and then again a little bit of dark, and push it out almost to the edge. Last little bit of dark, and this time I'm going to go right to the edge. And then you get a nice gradient of colour. And those, there, that was Pool Party. Okay, let me see if I can zoom out now. Oh, wrong way. You You know, I spent a lot of money on my very expensive camera that has failed me and pinked everything. Purpled everything for a while and then it pinked it. And now I'm using my phone. The wonders of modern technology, huh? Okay. So my piece of Whisper White was 3 by 3 inches, 7.5 by 7.5 centimetres. And the piece of black is 3.25 inches by 3.25, which is 8 by 8 centimetres. And that is going on there. Down at the bottom. And those, I think, are really rather lovely gift boxes. And they're a good size. So I did tell you the size, didn't I? I did, yes. So they're very nice. They're a nice size, nice shape, and pretty colouring. I hope you like them. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to see you very soon. Bye.